Hi, hi. I'm not sure how to make that go away. Here we go. I started the video a little early. I'll probably cut this out on YouTube actually, so that I have the opportunity to share it out. Hi everyone. I'm um I'm on just a couple minutes early so that I can invite people and share things out. Let me know if you can hear the music, if it's too much or not enough. Give me some feedback. Hi. As people are getting on, go ahead and invite people and friends. Give me a minute or two. I started early on purpose so that I can share it out. And please do the same if you feel called and intuitively, pick friends that you feel should be here. As we all already know, the energy of everyone who is supposed to be here will be here now or in the future when they watch replay. So welcome to everyone. I see a lot of people getting on, so I'm just going to continue really quick. And do let me know about the music. That's the only thing that I'm never sure about, if it's too loud or you can't hear it at all. And we'll start in just a minute. I'm just sharing out to different platforms that we're usually on. If this is your first time with us, we do these every single day. Welcome. Please let me know where you're from. Where you're joining us from. It actually is very helpful to put down your pin, your location. It does sort of help, I don't know, it helps anchor the different points that we're visiting from. So hi guys, hi everyone. I am Eve with Intimately Connected. We do these every night, different channeled meditations. I call them group channeling because we're all contributing our energy, our questions, our quests, and our efforts on our path towards healing is all part of what will happen here tonight. So it's absolutely group magic. And so I thank you for being here, and go ahead and take a couple of minutes to share as I finish up doing that here myself. Invite friends, and please again always give me feedback on this music. If you hear it, if you don't hear it, if it's too loud, etc., and let us know where you're joining us from. If you want to be notified in the future, go ahead and like or follow the Intimately Connected page. I will start. I see you guys. Hi, welcome. For everybody who's just joining us, hi guys. I see all the waves. Thank you. So I'll repeat myself just a little bit. We're just taking a couple of minutes in the beginning to share and invite people that we intuitively feel need to be part of this. And it is the most powerful thing when we share our location, where we're from. And also I'm asking people to please let me know how the music is. I'm not seeing yet any answers to that, so please let me know if it's too loud, not loud enough, etc. And I'm almost done here on my end. We'll do, if this is your first time joining us, hi, welcome. Again, I'm Eve with Intimately Connected, where we help each other heal our emotions and our connections to ourselves, mainly, to Mother Gaia, to Source, God, and to life in general. So that's what Intimately Connected stands for. The bravest, most unadulterated act of presence and intimacy with all that is. So give me one more second. I do believe I have one more place that I promised I was going to put this on. Hi, Angelic. All right, almost there. Hi, everyone. And we're done. If anyone knows how to do this faster, please let me know. All right, that's awesome. Okay. Welcome officially. Here's the welcome officially sound. Just kidding. But yeah, I do love the chime. Get yourself comfortable, get your drinks, come into yourself. Let's prepare to do some healing, some connecting. That is too loud for me. And see what it is that our collective consciousness wants to bring to the surface for each and every one of us. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, I thank you for joining your energy, your intentions, and your goodwill. And your precious time. All that energy is very much appreciated. Do not underestimate what we can do with our attention and the power of our hearts, especially magnified when we come together. So from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate every person who takes the time to listen to the call of their intuition and the call of their soul, just like I have learned to do that. And I committed myself to doing these daily. I do them at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will increase the number of seances or sessions that I do, because to be honest with you, I don't want to do anything else. I don't care about putting our soul's journey on the back burner anymore in any way, shape, or form. And as most of us have already heard, I'm sure, and you can feel yourself, this year is going to be tumultuous is the word I'm looking for, enough to where we don't really have any excuses anymore to, oh, hi, Mom. We don't have any excuses anymore. We got to step up and we got to spread our wings, and we have to actually start acting like the angelic light beings that we all know that we are. That is not the sermon that I wanted to deliver tonight, but as we all know, the energy of everyone who will ever watch this and participate in this is here with us, and what needs to be said will be said. So go ahead and actually ask questions in your mind telepathically to source, put it in the circle of this experience, and it will be addressed as it always is. So let's do some light breathing exercises to come into our body and become present with how we feel right now, just to ground ourselves in each other's presence and set some intentions and commitments to this practice. Breathe gently and deeply from the very bottom of your belly all the way down from your pelvic bone. Inflate that muscle out and draw fresh, new prana into your gut, into your intestines, up into your stomach, your diaphragm. Expand your ribs. Fill up your lungs as you go. Up, up, up. Expand your clavicles. Breathe in your entire being. Open your back, your lower back, your upper back, your shoulder area. All of that contains air that is often sitting there stagnant. And release it loudly and as much as you intuitively feel you need to let go of right now. I have to change this music. I'm really sorry. It bothers me. I'll be right back. Nope. Cannot do that. Much better. And continue breathing like this all the way from your pelvic bone, using your entire torso as a balloon that fills with fresh, clean, healing, cleansing, debris removing prana, powerful, bright, with that scent that we get when we're on top of a mountain, that fresh breeze. Settle your energies. Calm yourself into a restful, comfortable, pleasurable state of being. There's very, very strong energy circulating in the group right now. Let's calibrate, set your intention to synchronize now through our breath, in and out, in and out. In, fill up entirely, fill up your back, expand, expand, expand your light body, expand your feelings. Sink deeper into your core, sink into your bones. Sway with the sound of the music. And a deep breath again, and out. Make yourself cozy like a cat in front of a fire, like a child listening to a grandparent read a bedtime story. Find that feeling of comfort, restfulness, relaxation, and trust. We all need you to arrive to our collective field in the most peaceful and relaxed way. Relax your shoulders, your right leg, your left leg, your pelvic bones. Allow them to sink deeper into whatever it is you're sitting on. And breathe ever so gently that shimmering light of prana. Watch as it dances around your organs, cleaning, sweeping up, doing general maintenance in a warm, soft, tender way of healing you effortlessly. Allow it to travel to any part of your body that it intuitively knows needs a little bit of assistance right now, needs a little bit of relief, of gentleness and love. And now sink deeper with me, deeper and deeper, into a commitment to meld our energies together, wherever and whenever we may be in the world and in time. Arrive here now with us, and thank you. Thank you for contributing to the circles of love, the circles of healing, the circles of faith in humanity and in Source God, in the well-being of all beings. Breathe that in. Thank yourself. Now Now let's set our collective intention on receiving just the right amount of opening to our heart, our solar plexus chakra, our energy body, just the right amount for the progress that we need to make today on our journey towards our mother, father, source, and towards each other. Set your intention that you will experience the answers that you are seeking. That in this meditation you will intuitively receive and accept and allow any energies that wish to assist you on your path towards health, towards balance and harmony. Harmony with the universe, harmony which gives the strength to forgive, to accept, to allow that person or situation which you have asked for assistance with. Know that it will be granted, that it is already granted, and set your intention on receiving that assistance now. Send your healing energy to everyone in our circle that will now or later be joining us. For we have serious matters to discuss and to practice. It's time to stand up and take our place among those who say, I choose. With the power of my soul, I choose to respond with love, care, concern, and affection. Towards those forces that will have me panic, run in fear, blame, or defend myself. Any of those energies that may be triggered in your daily life as the events on the planet continue escalating and are even further set ablaze by certain fractions of the children of God, who in their development stage that they are in at the moment seek to disturb the field, seek to disturb Gaia. We know the agents, we know the media, we know even how in our own selves, inside our own minds and hearts and bodies, we quite often encounter energies, patterns of behavior ingrained and programmed to freak us out, to have us run for the hills, to have us hide in blame and shame. I'm here to remind you that it is time to grow up and to become responsible for how and where you spend the most precious currency that you will ever know, that you have ever known, the first gift that God gave you, which is your soul. Your soul's currency is not to be taken lightly in how and where we spend it. And what that means is that when something, anything, squeezes your heart and tries to convince your soul that terrible things are happening, that there's no hope, that it's over, that you're powerless, that you're this or that, any of those negative thoughts we battle with every day inside ourselves and in the world around us. I want you to remember that that is not what your soul thinks. And I want you to remember to check with your soul. What do you truly believe? Because you will discover nothing but love and peace and harmony in the depths of who you came here to be. Yes, these are words we hear very often. Embody them. Embodying them in your next reaction to something that disgusts you on the news. Something that makes you want to say, I'm angry. I am frightened. I feel weak. Please catch yourself and put that feeling in the hands of your angels, in prayer. Ask for assistance by all means, and find the strength to do what you came here to do as an embodied angel, as an embodied being of light with aeons of experience. You came here to be a torch. You came here to be a light. You came here to be an instrument of God. Allow yourself to be an instrument of God. Just like Jesus did. He stepped aside his own fears. You know he was afraid. You know he was sad and hurt and lonely and confused. All the grand masters have had seemingly unsurmountable challenges and tribulations on their path, not for any other reason but to show us how it's done. Basically, to show us how it's done. I'm not sitting here saying it's easy, not at all. But we do have each other, and that is why I thank you every 5 minutes for showing up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know how to turn something off that's happening on my phone right now. I apologize. Thank you for staying with me. Your energy balanced me out really fast. With that reminder in mind, it applies to our own physical bodies as well. We're being called to collectively make a final stand in front of the mirror for ourselves and choose. How do we respond? Because every time that we engage in the feeling of anger, in the feeling of fear, in the feeling of frustration, with the things that we see on the news, the things that we will continue to discover about covert operations. There's so many things that we already know are going to be coming out in the world this year and in the years to come. We have to develop the practice of responding with the most purifying force of forgiveness, acceptance, and understanding that there are forces of creation in the universe and on this planet that are working on behalf of the well-being of all things that exist, not just here, in the galaxies, everywhere, and all the parallel universes, all the worlds that ever were and ever will be. There's intelligent, loving, guiding forces that orchestrate the events from a perspective that we cannot fathom, let alone judge. And that is why in all the ancient books it always says, don't judge. It is not your place to figure out what's going on. It is your place to praise and to have faith. Why? Because the power of faith obliterates, literally, on an energetic and physical level, obliterates the fields, the energetic fields, the collective consciousnesses of these events. It's always darkest before the dawn, as they say. And we may see a lot of that everywhere we turn. But the solution is never to retaliate with more of the same, even if it's only within your soul and within your heart. And this year we're going to begin discovering, as we practice this more and more, we're going to really begin discovering how incredibly powerful the charge inside of our soul actually is, because that is a technology we have never really deployed on this planet in a mass way. Only certain ascended masters have come and fully unleashed the power of their soul and the power of their unconditional forgiveness. We're actually thought that equates weakness in our society. We're taught a lot of really, really wrong things. We're taught to stay small, to keep our heads down, to believe leadership, and to honor the matrix, certain structures that have operated entirely, humanity has operated until now entirely from the perspective of fear-based motivators. Fear-based motivators, all everywhere you look, from the biggest, most obvious things to the smallest behavior patterns that you will discover if you watch yourself closely enough and attentively enough, how you are managing your safety, security, and survival. You will discover that you're not managing it from a place of love. You are entirely managing your sense of well-being and your sense of self-worth, your sense of being through negotiation and manipulation tactics. Survival on this planet has been entirely guided by manipulation and survival techniques, and that's not to say that it was bad. It's how it was. That's as evolved as we have been so far. But that is very quickly changing now. And through these challenges that we're encountering in our inner and outer worlds, we are being invited to find new solutions. Because it is so obvious that the old doesn't work anymore. We are like scientists at the cutting edge of technology, of science, having to solve algorithms and problems that we don't know. We don't have the practice necessarily, and that in itself is a blessing, because we hunger for that. We hunger for progress. Our souls hunger for progress. This is the most exciting progress from the inside out that we have ever been asked to do, in my opinion. The most quantum leap in evolution, in my opinion. How you rearrange your behavioral, energetic, emotional patterns inside your own soul and heart, and those are two different things I recently discovered, is the answer. We no longer have the structure of someone like Einstein or Nikola Tesla or other big intellectual beings pushing the progress of humanity forward for the rest of us. No. We are learning how to be one. We are learning how to participate consciously and responsibly in the biomagnetic fields of our own reality and the reality that we're going to be creating in the future. And that is a huge responsibility we're not quite ready for when it comes down to the nitty-gritty everyday practice of it, because let's do it together now. Let's do it right now. Close your eyes and drop into your heart. Just drop in there. Plop. See what's going on. Hopefully it feels peaceful. Drop into your stomach. See what's going there now. Is there turbulence, knots, traumas? I don't know. What do you find in there? Are you finding harmony in your energy centers? Now let's go to something that triggers you. A family member, a co-worker, the fires in Australia, Trump, the wars. Find a thing that really gets you pissed off. I can't believe this. Sorry. Excuse me for a second. I have to block a person who is just randomly calling me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That's never happened before. There you go. I got triggered. Perfect. Yeah. It doesn't take much sometimes. And the thing is, it's a welcome challenge, because that's a small, tiny little thing that we can practice every day to develop our muscle for the much bigger things to which we all still need to respond with a calm understanding and forgiveness and appreciation, not because we're weak sheep, but because we actually comprehend that where we put our attention and how we use the power of our attention, the energy that comes out of our heart is so potent, so powerful, and we're now so fully aware of it, and we have become adults in this world of electromagnetic fields, and we now understand that it is literally a sin. It is literally a sin to lash back, because you are feeding at that moment the field that maintains anger. The electromagnetic field around the planet that collects the vibrations of anger is like a magnet that takes your anger and adds it to all the other anger around the field. It doesn't go away, it doesn't disappear, no, it's there. And we already know that now scientifically. We have no excuse anymore, even on a mental level. If you don't like approaching these issues from the completely spiritual and even religious aspect of faith and what would Jesus do type of perspective, you can freely go ahead and approach them from a scientific, rational perspective, and you will still find the same thing, that if you don't grow up, I don't say you, if we don't really grow up and take responsibility minute by minute to how quickly we fall back into love, we fall back into forgiveness, we fall back into acceptance, even if we get triggered. So what does that look like? You watch something on the news and it gets you all fired up. You get either extremely sad, depressed, freaked out, or feeling hopeless and helpless. What does that mean? You just practice what has been practiced for eons by humanity, and that is the feeling of weakness, the feeling of powerlessness, or the feeling of attack, self-defense. So you just practiced again the safety, security, and survival instincts of our past. And we're being asked now, not just asked, we are responsible for changing that in ourselves. So as soon as we catch ourselves radiating those emotions, we have to use whatever method, rational, emotional, spiritual, scripture, prayer, meditation, reminding ourselves through automatic writing, art. It just doesn't matter at all. How you do it doesn't matter, as long as you are an active participant in the growing of the seeds of good, harmony, love, acceptance, unity, collective consciousness. It doesn't matter what method you use. It can be anything, again, any thing that reminds you and stimulates you to produce the feelings of forgiveness, compassion for yourself. When you find things inside your past, inside your karma, inside your judgment of others, of yourself, of situations, all these things I'm listing, you will know, you will encounter these, some like to call them demonic forces, but I really don't. They're shadows. They're shadows, which basically means they're aspects of us. They're little filaments, they're little parts of the tapestry that makes not only you as a human, because that includes all of your ancestors, all of the people you've ever known, the people that you've ever loved, the people that they have ever known and loved, and the families of them, and all of your ancestral DNA that you're carrying with you, all your Akashic records. It's everything that's ever been within humanity, and I'll dare say within all of creation, but really just our hearts and minds, I don't know if they're that big to be able to hold all of that responsibility. But the truth is, it is. That's how big it is. We have to grow up to that understanding now, and to start, without blaming ourselves and stressing ourselves out, to really start acting like the beautiful, powerful, supported by our angels and guides and a lot of brothers and sisters in the spiritual world, light beings that have come and are always available to assist us. We have a lot of support. We can ask in prayer, we can ask in meditation, we can simply sit still and know. Use the knowing part of you, the knowing part of your soul, that once you set your intention, you're here. I'm not going to use the cliche again, but it is so true. You're not here by accident right now. You're not listening to this by accident. You already know that. If you don't know, feel inside your heart that that is true. There are no accidents. We're all collectively assisting each other and coming together. And again, I feel the need to express my gratitude for your presence now in the live video and in the future. Anyone who will ever join us for this reminder and this setting of intentions to support each other. Even when we come off of this call, I set my intention to send my energy and support to you and to everyone who needs it in a moment when they need to feel held and feel someone's hand and someone's support when we're deeply troubled, when we're deeply, absolutely terrified. And I speak from experience, and I know that each and every one of you are able to refer to a period now or in the past that is causing us distress and making us feel small. And that is a feeling that we no longer have the luxury to feel. We no longer have the luxury to fall prey to false statements of our shadow. And as I say that, my chest is burning so intensely because my heart recognizes the truth of that statement, and it connects to every other heart that is resonating that reality. When we wake up in the morning, let us all put reminders on your wall that remind you how powerful your attention is all throughout your day. Remind yourself to sing as you wake up. Remind yourself to quickly shift back into love, appreciation, and support for each other. Ask for help. Write things down in your diary that remind you that you no longer have the luxury to put your most precious resource, your God-given soul power, into feeding the bad wolf, if you want to call it that, into feeding the shadows of this universe. Anytime that you allow a situation, a story on the news, a past experience of hurt and pain to trigger sadness, fear. I know I'm repeating myself, but I feel I just need to keep going. And I also see a lot more people getting on and on this call. So it just bears repeating to no end every day. Literally, seriously, put it on your walls. Put it somewhere where you will see it repeatedly. Put it somewhere where you will see it first thing in the morning. Do a giant painting that says smile, and do that first thing in the morning. Because how you tune your instrument to operate throughout your day on this planet now, your soul is here to overpower your fear. Your soul is so ancient and so magnificent and so bright. Its only job is to overpower fear, to overpower frustration, to overpower sadness, to overpower the feeling of you being small, insignificant, and powerless in front of your own challenges and in front of the challenges of this planet. Don't forget that. Don't forget that you showed up here for a reason, and that we're all showing up for each other. Don't forget that you have someone at work or at home or in the apartment next to you who may not know this, who may not feel powerful right now. And I'm not advocating lecturing people. No, because you don't need to do that. The energy that your soul emits as you yourself commit yourself to this practice every single morning, every single hour. Set your phone to remind you to practice compassion, to practice service, to practice, and I'm not pretending I'm perfect at this, not at all. I'm not lecturing you. Like I said 1,000 times throughout this video, and I will always repeat it, thank you for being here for me. Thank you for being here for me. This is a collective consciousness that we are exercising. But a collective consciousness can only exist when we come with purity in our hearts. And that is how humanity ascends. And that is how this planet heals. And that is how eventually, the wars end. And that is how no more animals are being destroyed. And that is how we actually start dreaming of a world we've never even thought of yet. We've never even begun thinking in our power collectively. We have not. We don't have a clue. We've all been made to feel small. We've all been made to compete against each other. This is how humanity has existed so far. Competition, survival of the fittest, fear-based motivations for safety, survival, safety and security, and survival. That's all we know. It is sad in and of itself. It's sad that that is all we know. But I am excited that even though we are having to learn this new behavior and we're having to build this new muscle of love and compassion and service by exercising it through the most difficult experiences that we're witnessing around the world and inside our own lives, each and every one of you, I am certain of it, is here because they've experienced the challenges that no longer work. The solutions don't work. The old solutions don't work. Competition and survival of the fittest doesn't work anymore to solve the aching of our souls. It just doesn't. And even though it hurts so much, I'm smiling because hell yeah, it's time. Hell yes. Let's start listening to those parts of us that hurt. Let's start teaching ourselves and then our friends and then our children how to be present with that pain, instead of picking up the bottle, instead of turning on the TV, instead of pointing fingers at the politicians and saying they need to fix it. No one's coming to help you. I'm sorry. I've suffered greatly. And no one's coming to help us. The more we look for external help, the more you will find at this time that it will be removed from you, because crutches and patches and hiding under the blanket is no longer allowed. It's done. It's just done. I think it's been done for a while, but we maybe didn't notice. It's time to shine in the face of what scares us the most. It's time to stand up in front of our demons that are breathing fire down our necks, inside of our bellies, breathing really, really scary thoughts, really scary scenes we're seeing on TV, we're hearing, we're feeling. Our empathic hearts are being bombarded, crushed, pulverized. Why? So that we can finally surrender to the fact that the old methods don't work, that hiding will not work, that fighting will not work. And as we go through the arsenal of tools that we have at our disposal, what do we find at the end? Surrender, compassion, collective consciousness, acceptance, and love are the only things that work. Great. It takes a lot of beating us down into a pulp. Speaking from personal experience. And it continues throughout the day, because it's a practice that we have to solidify in humanity. I'm not one of those people that knows whether that would happen within our lifetimes or not. Of course I wish it would. But I have a feeling that that is a history starting from Atlantis, if you choose to believe that, but even from just the Neanderthal. You have to realize that within your DNA lives a cannibal that you have to forgive and assimilate. Within your DNA lives an experience of a murderer, of a general in a war, of a torturer in a dungeon somewhere. That is the history of humanity. Where do you think it went? It's not gone anywhere. You and I are living with it. We are dealing with the karma of all of our ancestors. We always have been, but now we're coming to a point where we can't go any further. We are collapsing as a society in so many different ways, and that is both horrendously painful and a blessing. And it's up to us to decide how we're going to continue further. And we decide it inside our heart. Is that thing going to piss you off and you're going to lash out at it? Or are you going to find a way to say, I don't really want to repeat the behavior of my grandparents. I want to choose something different. And then choose from your soul. Choose from that spark inside of you that says, I want love. I want peace. I want comfort. I want safety. I want to feel good. I want my neighbor to feel good. I want my children to feel good. I want my forests to feel good. I want the animals to feel good. I want the I don't want this nonsense anymore, and I'm just not gonna do it. That's all it takes. Yeah, that's it. Just that. But I see so many people. I see people everywhere, every day doing it, and it lights me up. It lights me up, and I learn from my friends. I learn from people who get out of their shiny, expensive cars and start picking up garbage on the ground. Not because they're showing off. No, because they all of a sudden realize, this is my living room. This is my city. This is my planet. What are we doing? Why aren't you picking it up? Why is it here? Who made it? Oh my God, we did. How did we do that? How stupid were we? What's going on? And let's just not do that anymore. And I learn from these people, and I cherish them, and thank you all. Thank you all for being those people. And thank you for dealing with your own inner balance battles by radiating love, acceptance, and compassion, by taking what is ugly and rotten and full of specks of dirt that's been left over from how you were raised, from how things are done. Oh, that's a lovely one. I love that one. That's how things are done. Let's just pretend like we don't have hearts and go to work like robots and just say, hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Fantastic. How was your weekend? Oh, lovely. What is that nonsense? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Oh, I could go forever on this. Seriously, I won't. But I could. Oh, and you all can. Let's stop the nonsense and speak from the heart and give from the heart. Train yourself to find where's your heart? Do you even know? Humanity has just forgotten so much. Wow, forgotten. I don't know. We were threatened. We were weak and we were threatened. We had to survive. Presumably, at least that's what we're being told was in our history. I don't know what was in our history. I wasn't there, but let's, for the sake of this argument, assume that that was our history and that we waged war upon each other and we massacred each other in brutal ways. We knew no respect for life whatsoever. We went through collective challenges, planetary, weather-wise, cultural, just, it's horrible, really. Everything we've gone through is horrendous, and we somehow have to find, like a parent to a broken bird, to a child, we have to find a way to soothe that anger. We have to find a way to make it all better, to sing songs, to paint, to dance, to hug each other, to look each other in the eye, to speak the truth. When you go to an interview next time or to some other business thing, try actually being a human being. And if someone anywhere online or in your social circles acts like an asshole, call them out and say, is that really what your soul wants to say? Really, truly, is that your soul speaking? Because I'm not really interested in talking to robots. Can I please have a conversation with your heart, with your soul? Because, well, last time I checked, I want to live on a planet with human beings. That's how I do it, at least. You know, I'm such an asshole. I go for shock value because, guess what? It works. Who cares? When people come up and start the chit-chat, and I traveled a lot for a while, so I had the opportunity to meet like all kinds of people, like every day, everywhere, in hostels and whatever. And it was just so much opportunity to just crack people open very quickly because, first of all, I really don't have any interest in listening to repetitive robotic conversations. That's just me. Never was tolerant of it, and I think that the reason why so many rebellious souls are born on the planet now is that, yeah, we don't care about the status quo anymore. We don't want it. It's ugly. It's horrible. It's destroying everything. And be rebellious. I tell people, authorize yourself. Authorize yourself. Who's going to stop you? Who told you that's how things are done? Who told you can't heal yourself and you have to go to a doctor and pay them a whole bunch of money and take chemicals? It's just a belief system. Sure, it's existed for a long enough time, but check with yourself. Ask questions about everything. Turn every rock. I am a rebellious soul. I always was, and I know you guys are too. We're all down here pretending like we get along with the system. We don't, but the revolution is internal now. It's a gentle revolution. We don't have to wage war. There's enough war going on. Thank you very much. I don't need to set anything on fire anymore. But if someone comes to me and is not speaking from their soul and from their heart, I will stop them and I will invite them to please do that. And if they can't, at least the seed has been planted there, but I won't engage with someone's anger, and I won't engage with someone's projecting their programmed fears onto me. And just because I'm giving them the opportunity, and I don't do, this is not my primary objective. That was actually not even like the point of, I don't go around revolutionizing people's lives, because that's actually wrong. Again, on an energetic level, because you're kind of just doing the same as before. I know better than you, so I'm just going to show you. No, if my method works, then that's enough. Anyway, I got off on a tangent, but you get me. I don't look at comments, so I don't know if anybody's been like commenting anything at all. I invited in the beginning people to share this and to tell us where they're from, and I don't even want to look at what time it is. Oh yeah, well over an hour. Oh, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for reminding yourselves to be kind, to be gentle, to be loving, and to be sensitive. Put your hearts on your sleeve. It's time to truly start the love revolution and to practice it in every single moment of our day, to remind ourselves to not react in the old ways that our ancestors have done, because our planet and our humanity is getting squeezed so much, and we're obligated to grow up. We're obligated to responsibly use the power of our attention and our intention and our heart centers. We are obligated to be responsible citizens of Mother Gaia, and yeah, I mean, that's it. We do this was a bit different today for sure, but in general, I do these every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in the form of guided group meditations, because every day we have something that we can come together and practice, meditate, come to our centers, find support in each other's energy, spread the teachings and the vibrations. That I get a lot of guidance from my angels and my spiritual teachers. And as I always say and remind people, that whoever's watching this at any time, their intentions, their well-meaning intentions, their hearts are contributing to the experience for everyone. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do want to receive PMs from you guys about things that you may need to discuss, or things that you may need to work together collectively, because it makes it a lot more fruitful to not just have me talking to a camera, but to actually have a collective experience of these daily get-togethers. And I want to add, I'm not sure at what times of the day, because I'm in Bulgaria right now, so that is 11 o'clock at night for me right now. But if I do them any earlier in the day, for me, it gets really, really early in the States. But we'll see. My point is that I want to add some workshops and some classes, that some healings. That's why every day these gatherings are different a little bit. Like yesterday we did a self-healing channeling, and before that we did Australia, healing energies, and before that whatever. But I do want to kind of branch them out There's just so much to work on, so much to work on, that I really want to begin working on. So do drop me messages about what you would like to work on and what you would like us to talk about or meditate about. Yeah. I can't thank you enough. I don't know. That's all I feel like repeating. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, thank you, I love you. And that, by the way, is a really good mantra to wake up with. Or anytime that you're faced with a stress or fear, something that is really freaking you out, just go into um, thank you, I love you, or Ho'oponopono prayer, which is the same thing. But I find that just even thank you, I love you, thank you, I love you, just really um, gets your vibration up enough to get your heart to start putting out that frequency that in a couple of minutes over time just changes your aura, and then changes the space in your room, and then gives you that strength to change the offering, the vibrational offering that you're plugging into the general field. And it can take a few minutes, it can take practice. This is all practice. This isn't like, oh, they know how to do it and I can't. No, like everyone. So yeah, just practice holding a high vibration in any way that you can, and remind yourself to do it all throughout the day. And anytime you get triggered, say thank you for the opportunity to practice even more. Thank you for the opportunity that you're giving me right now. It's like going to the gym. If you go to the gym, or you don't go to the gym, but if you go to the gym and you want to have muscles, you're going to have to do some heavy lifting. You're going to have to give some opposition to that muscle so that it builds. So anytime you get triggered in your life, say thank you to the trigger inside of you. You don't have to tell the person necessarily or the thing, but say thank you, let me practice. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to go now. I love you guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow.